the National Renewable Energy Laboratory is one of the Department of Energy's 17 national laboratories that is focused on a variety of research technologies and missions. In our case, in the case of the National Renewable Energy Lab, I'll call it NREL, the mission is energy efficiency and renewable energy. So our mission is to both do the development and the research that allow those technologies to be options in the marketplace, but more importantly, to actually see that those adoptions, that those technologies get adopted in the marketplace, and there is actually a transformation in our energy system. We believe that since the marketplace is the one that needs to decide, when these technologies are ready and they need to pull that technology into the market, that we need to work in collaboration with the private sector. So most of the work we do, we have about $400 billion of research going on. We do it in partnership with the private sector. So we have over 400 industry partnerships, and the private companies come. So we have a big relationship with Toyota in particular to do electric vehicles. So we have 20 of their Priuses, and we're looking at them both from the perspective of how do they perform in terms of the charging and all the things that go with that, but also how might you use those vehicles as a storage medium. Transport is probably the most difficult sector of all of our sectors: industrial, residential buildings, those kinds of things, and then transport. So there are a number of different options for I think, trying to overcome our total dependence on liquid transportation fuels like petroleum, which include electric vehicles. It includes hydrogen and fuel cells. It includes compressed natural gas in the U.S. That's a growing interest. And then there's also biofuels. Biofuels with a number of perhaps complementary technologies. Certainly you could use biofuels in a hybrid type of an automobile, but you also can use biofuels with high compression internal combustion engines. And if you do that, you can actually make biofuels and blend that with perhaps some sort of a gasoline mix, and end up with very high performance vehicles, and at the same time have incredibly efficient vehicles. It's a little bit of a catch-22. So you have the auto manufacturers who really don't have a premium fuel that they can use. It's got biofuel that they need. And they're not about to build a vehicle that needs that fuel until they know the fuel exists, and the fuel won't exist until the vehicles are available. So it's a little bit of a circular argument. I think government has a role to play in offering maybe some opportunities to demonstrate that these technologies can in fact work in the commercial marketplace. And then I think the marketplace will work. The government can actually aid in a number of different ways, one of which is to provide the patient operating system that allows you to have a return on investment that's commensurate with the maturity of the technology. At some point you don't need those government subsidies, but at the beginning mostly you do. And so that's where government, I think, plays a role in being a bridge to getting to the point where the technologies can essentially operate on their own. We have collaborations both at the university level and with CSIRO and a number of others who are on the leading edge of doing some kind of unique things. And so I think energy is a global commodity of sorts, and cooperation at the global level is really important.